example 5.2 states that natural gas or methane, capital C, capital H subscript 4, burns in oxygen to yield water and carbon dioxide, capital C, capital O subscript 2. Write a balanced chemical equation for the reaction. Pause the video and see if you can do this. The first step is to write the formulas of the reactants and products. We are told that methane burns in oxygen, which means that these are the chemicals that react. The reactant side looks like capital C, capital H subscript 4, or methane, plus capital O subscript 2, or oxygen. Remember that oxygen is a diatomic element. We are told that carbon dioxide and water are produced, so after the arrow, we write capital C, capital O subscript 2, or carbon dioxide, plus capital H subscript 2, capital O, or water. The next step is to adjust the coefficients to balance elements. If any element is in its elemental form, like oxygen is in this example, we leave that element for last. Looking at carbon first, it is balanced since there is 1 times 1 carbon on the reactant side and 1 times 1 carbon on the product side. Let's look at hydrogen next. On the reactant side, there's a coefficient of 1 times subscript 4 for 4 hydrogen atoms, while the product side has a coefficient of 1 times subscript 2 for 2 hydrogen atoms. To get the number of hydrogen atoms equal on both sides, we place a coefficient of 2 in front of the water. We now have coefficient 2 multiplied by subscript 2 for 4 hydrogen atoms on the product side. Carbon and hydrogen are balanced. Now let's look at oxygen. On the reactant side, we have a coefficient of 1 times subscript 2 for 2 oxygen atoms. On the product side, we have a coefficient of 1 for carbon dioxide times a subscript of 2 for the oxygen for 2 oxygen atoms from carbon dioxide. For water, the coefficient of 2 multiplied by a subscript of 1 yields a total of 2 oxygen atoms from the water. 2 plus 2 is a total of 4 oxygen atoms on the product side. To get 4 oxygen on the reactant side, we place a coefficient of 2 in front of the oxygen. Coefficient of 2 multiplied by subscript of 2 is 4 oxygen atoms. Our equation is now balanced. Let's double check. 1 times 1 is the same as 1 times 1. Our carbon is balanced. 1 times 4 is the same as 2 times 2. Our hydrogen is balanced. Oxygen is 2 times 2 or 4, and 2 plus 2 is 4. The coefficients are 1, 2, 1, and 2. The greatest common factor for these numbers is 1, so the coefficients do not need to be reduced.